This is the Penguin from Kebor. It's one of the cheapest vape kits available on Amazon. Comes in at only £12. Nice little vape sort of pod system going on here. Let's have a vape on it. Let's have a try of it. Let's have a look and see what comes with it and see if there's any pros and cons to this device. So in the box, here it is. All the standard stuff on there. Just Vape On is the logo for this. You got your TPD compliance, and in the box you get your kit, your micro USB, user manual, and you get free 10ml of nicotine-free e-juice. Here's the user manual. It's just a fold-out user manual. Got all the stuff in there for the kit. It's also got it in a second language there as well. You also get a little FAQ card as well. You get your standard micro USB for charging, and of course you get your Penguin kit. The kit itself is quite small, quite ergonomic. It's really curved. It's a kind of soft plastic that's on there, kind of rubbery to the feel, but it's not really soft. You've got two different color options that I've seen available. You've got the all black and the black and white. I went for the black and white with this. I just think it looks a bit better there. Looking at the device itself, you've got your fire button at the front here. Press and hold when you're firing, and you see the LED lights up blue. There is an 8-second cutoff, so after 8 seconds it will flash and it will just cut off like that. The LED will flash red 3 times when it's low on power, also when you've got a short circuit, and it will glow red when you have it plugged in and charging. At the back there you can see it's got the micro USB for charging, and at the front there is your airflow, and obviously the mouthpiece at the top there. The device itself disassembles like so. So it's just a straight pull out, click straight out, and in the bottom there you will see there are the catches where it catches, and the two connector points where it connects up, and that's pretty much your battery section. The tank section, which is here, this contains your coil. You can see on there the two connector pins where it connects through, goes through to the coil at the top there. It's a 1 ohm coil that's installed. You can see a bit of discoloration going on the wicking cotton there. That's because I have been using this tank for about 2 weeks. And you've got the silicone stopper there for filling. So if we just take that off, the silicone stopper does all come off. It's not connected at all, so be very careful when you're disconnecting it. And there it is, it just comes away like that. And you want to put that somewhere safe. You will note that the filling hole there is quite small. There's no secondary hole for airflow, so you can find that sometimes when you're filling you'll get an air bubble in there that can be a bit awkward to get rid of, but it's not too bad, and once you put the stopper back in you're all sealed up and good to go. Once again you can get a look at the airflow hole there. It's not adjustable airflow on this device. It is a 1 ohm resistance coil, and it runs at about 15 watts, so it's not too bad on that. So a few of the specs on this, just taking these from the user guide. Dimensions wise, it's 100mm by 50mm by 25mm. Weighs about 67 grams. It's got an 800 milliamp hour battery in it, and it's got a charging voltage of 4.2 volts, output of 15 watts. Okay, 8-second cutoff as we've shown, and you can turn it on and off with 5 clicks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's it off, so it's not firing now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 turns it on. So you've got that option to switch it on and off if you want to lock it when you've got it in your pocket. So that's a nice little feature there as well. So really straightforward little device, does exactly what it says on the tin, and straightforward. There are a few pros and cons I've found with this device. I've been using it for about 2 weeks, so I've been running this device for about 2 weeks. I found a few little pros and cons with it. We'll do the cons first. First con would be that there's no adjustment on the wattage or the airflow on this device. Kind of to be expected with this type of device, but it can be considered a bit of a con there. A bit of a personal con here. I've had to up the level of nicotine in the e-juice that I use in this device. Usually I vape it at 3 milligram, but with this device I was finding it wasn't hitting that satisfaction for me. That's purely down to the lower wattage and the high resistance on this device. So I've upped my nicotine level in the e-juice in this, and then it's hitting absolutely spot on, getting that satisfaction that I need from it, and it's working absolutely fine there. But that can be considered a little bit of a con. But my big cons with this device are to do with the tank. We've got this silicon stopper there. It's not attached to the tank, so when you take that out, it has likelihood of pinging across the room. It is quite tight in there, which is what you want, so you're not going to get any leakage. But with it not being attached to the actual tank, it's very easy for that to come away and for it to go ping across the room, go under the couch, or just get lost somewhere. I've had that happen a couple of times when I tried to fill it, so just be very careful when you're opening it. There's also that fill hole. It's not a massive fill hole, so if you've got a kind of wide bore on your filling bottle, or if you're using a dripping bottle, it can be a bit awkward getting the juice in there. And because there isn't a secondary airflow hole there, you can get air bubbles generate within the actual tank itself, which means that you're not going to fill it up all the way. It is only a 2 ml capacity tank, but that hasn't been a problem to me because it is a low wattage and high resistance. You're not going to be blasting through the juice as you would do on a sub-ohm tank. So your juice longevity is actually pretty good on this. You do get through quite a bit. Pros wise, I like the look of it. It does feel really nice in the hand. It's a nice little size, very easy to carry around in the pocket, very easy to have with you. It's not obtrusive. It's not a cloud chucker, so you're not going to get those big clouds on it. It's very good as a stealth vape. You can take your little stealth vapes, and you have next to no cloud production coming off that, so it's very good for the stealth. I use it very much when I'm out and about, when I'm driving, when I'm out in public, when I don't want to be chucking those big clouds and sort of disturbing the locals. So it's a very good device for that. Very good for a transition device. The draw on it is very similar to smoking a cigarette. It's a mouth-to-lung device, and if you do up the nicotine level in there, as I have done, it does hit that satisfaction really, really well. The biggest pro on this device has to be the cost. It's £12 on Amazon. I'll throw a link in the description for where you can get this. I got this on Amazon Prime, so it was next day delivery, boom, done. And at £12 you've got a running kit with no issues. Battery life has been spot on. It's only an 800 milliamp battery, but it hasn't died on me when I've been out and about. I do carry a battery pack with me out of habit anyway, so if it did, then I had that option, but I haven't needed to use it. Battery life has been absolutely fine. Throw it on charge, it takes less than an hour to charge it from dead, so it is pretty on point for what it does. Overall, this is a very good little device. Definitely a thumbs up for me. We'll have a quick vape on it and then go into the running costs on this. So it is an initial layout of £12, which is not a lot at all. Running costs on this are going to run for the tanks, because when the coil goes on the tank, you need to replace the entire tank. They're coming in on Amazon and it's 2 for £10, so it's about £5 a tank, which isn't much at all. In the user guide, it says that they will last 2 to 4 weeks. I've been running this one for about 2 weeks, not had an issue. I do expect to get another 2 weeks out of it. It's not been any kind of problem. You saw in the close-up there that it's got a bit of discoloration on the cotton, but that's not affected the flavour or the production at all. So I can very easily see this doing the 4 weeks, so that's about £5 for a month. So that's not a lot for your replacement coils at all. You're then looking at your e-juice, and as I've said, it's because it is a low wattage and high resistance, it's not a big cloud production device, and it's not going to be sucking down that e-juice like a sub-ohm tank would or a dripper would. It's going to be very low sort of use. I've struggled to get through a full 2 ml tank in one day, so at that sort of usage, depending on the e-juice you're using obviously, but if you're using one of the sort of cheaper e-juices like a liquid or 88 vapes like this one here, you'd be looking at £1 a bottle. You get 10 mils in a bottle, and if you're using only 2 mils a day, you're going to get 5 days out of a bottle. So it's really low on the running costs for this device. I would say you'd be looking in the region of about £20 a month to run this device. So that's really, really low cost for running, and that's if you are a high user. Well, not even, probably closer to about £15 a month for running costs. If you add in the purchase of the device, you're probably looking at about £25 for your initial outlay for the device, additional set of coils, and some e-liquid to get you going. So it's not a massive outlay on this. Running costs will be quite low. So as a transition device coming over from smoking, this is an absolute easy one to go with. I would definitely give it a thumbs up for that. For you existing vapors, if you want a little stealth vape, a little travel vape, a vape that's not going to be obtrusive at all, this does hit the point. It does exactly what it's going to do. It's not a cloud chucker, it's not a cloud chase device at all in any way, shape or form. It is definitely a good nicotine delivery system. Overall, I would give it a thumbs up. It's probably in the region of about an 8 out of 10, but a lot of it has to do with that price point. I'm very taken with the device. I'm going to keep it in my circulation. It's going to be one that I'm going to keep using. And I will update the description when I find out just how long this coil has lasted me, because if I can get 4 weeks out of it, if I can get 6 weeks out of it, if I can get 8 weeks out of it, then we're going to see a really good sort of impact on the running costs on this. If I can get a longer length out of the coil, and I will run it until effectively it dies, just to see how long we can get it going. So that's pretty much it for the Kebor Penguin. Very pleasantly surprised by this device. I've had another Kebor device before. I had one of their vape pens and it was terrible. This has been really good. Really liking this device. It's definitely staying in my circulation. Definitely a device I'm going to keep going. Who would I recommend this for? Well, any new vapor, this is a really good device for you. And with Vaporil going on this month, this is something that we should be recommending. Jump on over to my video on Vaporil if you're not sure what Vaporil is. It's an event going on in the UK this month about raising awareness of vaping and showing all the devices that are out there for new vapors to try, and dispelling a lot of the bad information that's out there. I'll throw a link up for my video on Vaporil if you've got any questions on that. If you like this video, if you like this review, hit that like button. Go subscribe to the channel. I do loads of different videos about vaping. I do vaping 101s, I do vape questions, vape news, vape reviews, vape previews. I also do a vape daily vlog, which also has a lot of vape content in it. So go subscribe to the channel, loads of content on there and more coming. I've also got a Patreon that's running. That's www.patreon.com/purplemongoose. Jump on over there, have a look. There is a reward scheme on there as well. Video over there that explains the whole thing, so go have a look. Follow me on the Twitter. Loads of info coming up on the Twitter. You can get in contact with me there. That's at @1purplemongoose. And as ever, vape on.